This is our Frontier Open Bell. Let's get our Thursday market day off here on this side. Markets were a little bit missed across the continent. On Wednesday, Nigerian market down by 23 basis points as we saw the shares of JITCO, which is a financial services company, and the shares of Nigerian breweries down very sharply. Nigerian breweries, which is the country's largest brewer, down by about 6%. The BRVM finished flattish around 0.04%. The Egyptian market, however, climbed 0.88% at 9,000, looking for double digits. Today is the last trading day of the week in Cairo. Of course, the Nairobi Bourse down by 1.147. That's a very deep dive on the all-share index at 133.83. And of course, the GSE got a bit of the knock from the emerging markets and developed markets in Europe, where equities were soft on Wednesday on concerns around global inflation, the rising dollar, and a few other issues there. So that's the GSE at 67,652.44. Let's get into the economic and business and other headlines. The International Finance Corporation is betting big that Kenyan banks remain on track. In the meantime, Kenya's FX reserves went down amid debt payment pressure, in particular as the administration of President Uhuru Kenyatta looks to pay down on sovereign debt, which a chunk of it's coming from China. Of course, this week, the Kenyan government got the third disbursement of facility from the IMF. The Ugandan government in Kampala is cutting public expenditure as a way of stemming rising inflation in the East African country, while the DR Congo authorities are expanding the oil and gas blocks that are being auctioned under its current program. And GBS Africa has released a new report on Africa trade. It focused essentially on East African corridor, where competition is growing very strong for the port of Mombasa, which is the traditional destination for maritime trade now, with the South Africans, the Chinese, and others coming through, with the port of Djibouti to the north and other competitors in Tanzania down to the port of Elizabeth in South Africa. Keep your eye on that report. Go online and you can get it up here on FrontierAfricaReports.com is on our website. Okay, let's get into the West African market, where the CFA franc for West African French-speaking economies are getting stronger. In the meantime, Dangote fertilizer is expected to make about $650 million in FX from urea exports. The fertilizer company, which started operating less than a year ago, is now looking to major exports, according to Aliko Dangote, speaking yesterday at the Zenith Bank International Trade Seminar. And the private sector should be the one to fund the next Nigeria's liquefied natural gas project. The next train, the current train 7 is already in motion. So the next train, according to Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest man and industrialist, says to be funded by the private sector, and the revenue from that particular gas export should be brought into the investors and exporters window, which is being managed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Naira was down overnight. Money jumped by 0.5% yesterday, the morning after the central bank raised interest rate by 100 basis points to 14%. That was on Tuesday. And the World Bank has resumed disbursement of funds to Mali after the military junta got a reprieve 2 weeks ago from ECOWAS leaders who suspended economic and financial transactions with the authorities who ousted the political authorities of the former administration last year. Let's get on to Southern Africa, and the energy crisis is not over yet. But we've got a couple of news, because the Africa Energy Week, which is holding in Cape Town, is now down to the final 90 days. Today, 89 days, by the way, counting from yesterday. The bespoke event, which will showcase discussions, networking, exhibition by big energy companies on the continent and around the world, is under the Africa Energy Chamber. And the countdown to the final days into that Cape Town conference is now in motion. The SARB today, the South Africa's Reserve Bank, is set to decide on its interest rate direction. Inflation for the month of June came in yesterday for Africa's second largest economy at about 13-year high. Then you've got GSE are suspended. Sunglass Hewlett, which is listed on the exchange on the back of failure to meet up with regulatory requirements for filing its annual returns, is the second suspension of Sunglass Hewlett in 3 years. And the regulatory authorities in South Africa has okayed the plan by Mr. Price to buy or purchase Studio 88. The deal is around 3.3 billion South African rand. And Zimbabwe has cut gasoline prices for the first time in 6 months. And the Central Bank of Zimbabwe says its gold issuance, which is expected in the next few days, will be held by holders for at least 180 days, and so that to stabilize the trading in gold that is now being issued, looking to stabilize the country's exchange rate, in particular support the Zimbabwean dollar. Let's look at North Africa with news coming through from what is going on in Egypt. Let's start from President El-Sisi heading to Serbia in Eastern Europe to foster a better political and economic relations. In the meantime, next door is Libya, reporting through the National Oil Corporation that oil exports had fully resumed. That was on Wednesday. And Predator Oil and Gas says it's ready for the drilling of the second gas well in Morocco's Gulf. And Morocco's Bank of Africa in Morocco is issuing its first social bond ever. Keep an eye on that particular market offering. And Africa 50 General Assemblies is taking place in Marrakesh. That's one of the cities in Morocco. Keep all this together as you move on with your trading day this Thursday, the 21st of July. I'm boosting number for you. I'll see you next time. Go on our social media, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and Instagram for our shows, our videos. And of course, you can go on our YouTube as well. Subscription is free at From South Africa Report YouTube. So just go on our website as well. You can read up on our stories, among other materials. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.